I want y'all to be able to do whatever you want to do, and the best way to do that is to look ahead a little bit. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joy, and over here we talk about dental school, getting you into dental school, and whatever else I want to talk about. Today we're going to be talking about what you should be doing as an undergrad student in order to prepare yourself to get into dental school. So this video is for those of you who are in college, maybe you just started undergrad, maybe you're well into undergrad. It doesn't matter, I got some tips for you. Before we start, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and now let's go. So number one is make great grades. In the beginning of undergrad, your classes are not that difficult, so let's get it together. You need to have straight A's, you need to have almost straight A's, whatever it is, in speech, English, Spanish, French, whatever classes you're taking that are not super duper hard yet, like get your A's. Get your A's, don't mess around. The next thing on my list would be to figure out what are the prerequisites for dental schools that you think you want to go to, and just have a list of it. When I was an undergrad, I made a list like my sophomore year, I think. This was long before I was going to apply. This was long before I knew which schools I was going to apply to, but I had a general idea. I had my list of classes that I knew dental school wanted. I also had my classes that I needed for my degree. Now, personally speaking, my degree wasn't super important to me because I knew it was just a prerequisite to get to the next level, which would be dental school. So whatever your core classes are, your major classes are, like make sure they align with the prerequisites you have for dental school. Now, if you want to be a Spanish major and you want to be predental as well, that's fine. You're just going to be taking a lot of classes. The next thing you need to do is pay attention in these classes. Once you do get to those upper level science classes, you need to pay attention. These are things that are going to come back to bite you in the butt. I can assure you, because I've done it myself. I just got through my microbio. Actually, I dropped microbiology because I didn't want to take it. Biochem, I did exactly what I needed to do and nothing more, and then I had to relearn it all in dental school as well. Organic chemistry, that's so important. I took mine during the summer so I wouldn't have to focus on it in volleyball at the same time, and I got that class done. I got my grade, but I had to study again for the DAT, and then I had to study again once I was actually in dental school. So if you can really soak it all in, learn all you can, do that. The next thing you should be doing in undergrad to make sure to prepare yourself for dental school, you should be shadowing. So shadow dentists. See what a day in their life actually looks like. What do the procedures look like? What do the patient interactions look like? Make sure this is exactly what you want to do, because once you kind of head down that dental road, it gets very expensive, very stressful, the stakes are pretty high. So make sure this is exactly what you want to do. The next thing you need to do is talk to dental students, not just dentists. Before you get to be a dentist, you will have to be a dental student. So see what that experience is like for them. How do they like it? How is their school? What do they wish they would have done better or changed completely? Like, there's so many questions, so many different factors that go into choosing a dental school. Even once you get into that dental school, there's so many options you have and how to navigate your way through all the way those 4 years. Okay, pause. If you're enjoying this video in any form or fashion, hit that like button if you have not subscribed. I don't know why not, but this is a good time to do so. All right, let's get back to it. Another thing you should be doing in undergrad if you want to become a dentist, you should be volunteering. Now, it doesn't have to be medical focused, dental focused, anything focused except for just volunteering, helping people out, doing something for your community. Basically, volunteering is going to just give you a better view of the world. For me, that included volleyball coaching, being a Girl Scout leader, or helping out with Girl Scouts rather. I also tutored a little bit for SAT, but yeah, just volunteer, do something. Y'all can't just be a 4.0 and a 30 DAT score. Like, you're more than numbers. You are more than numbers, so let's show it. Let me see your personality a little bit, which also feeds into my next point would be to just get involved. So in your undergrad, what's going on? Do you want to be on the interview committee? Do you want to show prospective students around your campus? You can play intramural sports. For me, I actually played Division I volleyball, and that was a great time. It was actually one of my favorite experiences while I was in undergrad. I also studied abroad. Ooh, speaking of clubs, you should probably get involved in your Predental club or PreProfessional club. For me at Howard, there was a PreProfessional association, society, something like that. There was a whole building. They had lots of summer programs, lots of events during the year as well, just for us. Get involved in your pre-professional association. One, it's good because there are a lot of resources for y'all. Like, you can link up with mentors, people who are doing what you want to be doing in the near future. Also, they have a lot of connections and have a lot of information about summer programs and things that you can do to prepare yourself for the next step. Like, through my pre-professional program, I was able to get a DAT class for $50, and that is like well over $1,000, but I got it for $50 because I went through my school, they helped me out, and that was it. I also ended up in a summer program through my school as well, through the pre-professional office, and it was all super helpful. And funny enough, when I got to dental school, I ran into this lady who ran the pre-professional office at Howard in San Antonio. It was wild, but you know, there are no coincidences. God always makes sure we're good. Also, being around other pre-dental students is really refreshing because you see all your friends in business or communications or whatever they're doing, and they're just having fun. They're like doing job offers and interviews, and you're like, that's not my story, that's not what I'm doing. But if you have other people who are doing exactly what you're doing, you have somebody to talk to about that, relate to, you know, laugh about X, Y, or Z that happens. Another thing you should be doing in undergrad is figuring out how you're going to take the DAT, when you're going to take it. Are you going to apply before or during your senior year, so you start dental school as soon as you finish undergrad? Are you going to take a gap year? Figure out all these things now so that you don't have to question it or go back and forth or like, oh man, it's too late. Like, I want y'all to be able to do whatever you want to do, and the best way to do that is to look ahead a little bit, okay? And the last thing I want y'all to do while you were in undergrad is have fun, okay? Like, you are never gonna have this much time and energy and just freedom again in your life. Sorry, responsibilities, they happen and they're here to stay. They're not going anywhere. But undergrad is a time where you should be having fun. You can't be totally focused on getting into dental school the whole entire time. I did lots of things, I had lots of fun. I studied abroad, like I took a whole semester. I also played volleyball. People told me I couldn't play volleyball and get into dental school. That's not true. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, okay? Just make sure your grades are good, you get your DAT score, and you're committed to your cause. Like, I'm so committed to becoming Dr. Joy Walls, and guess what? I did it.